So it finishes 5 wins in a row, 2-0 to Forest, second in the league. Welcome to, happy Old Reds. Good morning, good evening, or good night. I hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to Happy Old Reds, where we go from GOR to whore in the blink of an eye. Hope you guys are doing well. Please don't forget, as always, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. And in the spirit of being happy clappers, can I just have a quick, massive shout out to Talking Reds? There are 975 subscribers. And they would love to get to 1,000 before the new year, which is what, a day or two away. As a little surprise, can our beloved FFTV community that are watching now, if you're not subscribed, just give them a quick subscription. It's a Forest channel. Honestly, their content is fantastic. They're top blokes. Shout out to Richard and to Greg and the rest of the panels they have on there. Links pinned in the chat. 25 of you that aren't subscribed. If you could subscribe, honestly, that would make... the dreams are coming true because we're second, obviously. But as a secondary dream, because Forest comes first, get them to 1K. Honestly, it'd be much appreciated. And Greg's in the chat as well. Shout out to Greg. Wolfie is ever so kind and generous. Bro, you guys are doing all the hard work, man. So massive shout out to you. I will be keeping an eye on it, chat. So don't just tell me, yes, you'll subscribe and then don't subscribe, right? I'm keeping an eye on it in the background.
But do let us know in the chat once you have subscribed.
Yeah, if you've just gone and subscribed, I'll tell you what, we'll shout you out as well. Yeah. So make sure you're subscribed as well. Just like Marky Boy has done. Shout out to Mark there as well. And Dean, fantastic yesterday, by the way, on the Forest phone-in with the £2. Says, this is for Ant to go to Poundies for a new pen set.
Oh, I don't understand that, but thank you very much.
thank you, Dean. You're gonna have to explain that. Although he did compliment you in the comments, and he said, he thinks he needs to take some speaking tips from you. I thought he did really well yesterday, but
okay. I don't think you do, my friend. I don't.
Dean, you didn't do that bad, man. You didn't do that bad. So you know what I'm saying. So fantastic. Okay, so we're here to talk about how amazing Forest are. It's just fantastic. Another result, another win. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering about crypto, we got rid of him. You guys said he was the most trolly one.
I thought it was something different.
Yeah, we got rid of him. He was the most trolly one according to the poll we did the other day. So,
the chat, it's your fault. It's your fault. We've had to get rid of him.
No, you voted, chat, and we listened. So thank you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Our wonderful viewers. So,
my God, I'm glad it wasn't me who was voted out, man. They go to daily transfer videos and stuff. So.
I didn't have enough devices. That's why.
Right, just before we get started, I just want to shout out to Tricky Mickey. He's subscribed. Michael's subscribed. Jolly Ollie, of course, was already subscribed, as was Carol. Keep it coming in. Evening, Paul, the happy clappers, loving that. NFFC 11 says good news on crypto, man. Good news on crypto. Oh my God, they're so close. 982. 18 of you need to subscribe. And Dean says another £2. Oh, and famous due to his TV interview. What about Ez? What about Laurie?
No. Okay, just ignore the brown guy. Bloody hell.
That's because he just thought you were a mascot just stuck on the wall. He realized
mascot for that day.
And then can someone please ban him from the chat? He's banned from chat as well. Crypto with the 4.99 says, and is now statistically the biggest pelican here. That is true. That is
and I've always said statistics back up the eye test. So fair enough.
Shout out to crypto. Okay. Let's get into the game. We'll touch about the game, then we're going to touch about expectations because the mainstream media are changing their tone on Forest. Let's go clockwise as we'll kick it off with you, mate. Another pretty standard win for Forest, mate. It's getting too easy, too routine.
It's getting too easy. And look at the changes he had to make just before the game and what it showed. And people are forgetting this. Murata wasn't a player that was brought in. Murata was already playing, but he was going to be part of a back three. And that was switched to back two. It was Sosa, the player that was brought in to replace Murillo on the team sheet. But the players just took to it. Aside from an early move from Ndiaye, who was it? We all picked him out, and he is their
Good
best
player.
player. Yeah. Apart from an early move where Milenkovic sold himself too short, he was too square on, he got turned too easy. But you noticed something that we hadn't noticed all season. So whenever Murillo goes forward, Milenkovic is always backing him up. That move, you didn't see that, and we were all over the place. If Ndiaye had been a bit more composed with his finish, well, a lot more composed with his finish, we would have been in trouble because he had he took 4 players out with that move. So if you look back on it, aside from that, Morata settled in. And for me, saying he's coming for his second start. Now, I can't remember which game it is, so chat can remind me where he had to take Murillo off. I think it was around half time. And it was the first time we actually saw Milenkovic and Morata as a pairing. And I was really comfortable in that game. So once the team sheet changed, I didn't have any worries that we were going to get it right. And as it proved, for me, Morata was the man of the match. So considering he's coming for his second start of a game in a change formation, to make that appearance, to make that kind of effort on that game, it was absolutely brilliant. And I saw a different side to our defense with him and Milenkovic, because there was not a single ball that they got over top of us. Murillo sometimes gets caught out with the balls over top with his lack of height, but both sides we were solid. So great changes that just made no effect in the way that the team played. And that's, you got to give Nuno so many flowers for this, because he's got the players, the mindsets right. They know what their jobs are as soon as they come on. And it made no difference. A last minute change made no difference to the mindset of the players going out yesterday. So that was really impressive. But I want you guys jump in.
Yeah, I just want, Rob, can you address this, what Greg said? Because I think it's quite interesting that he completely changed the shape. It went from back 3 to the back 4, bringing Sosa on. I thought, it was breaking as we were doing the watch along. I thought he probably would have gone with Bolly if that's the tactics he did, but it was brave to say the least, wasn't it?
So I don't mind that. I think Bolly doesn't necessarily have a full 90 minutes in him. And then who would you have then brought on to replace tired Bolly after 65 minutes? So Sosa was all right. He was a threat. So he got himself into 2 really good goal-scoring positions, but he fluffed his lines, which is a shame. And it was, what really worked was the triangle of Gibbs-White, Wood, and Elanga. The interplay between those 3 was behind the 2 goals. Both goals involved all 3 of those in sequence. And it was like sort of telepathic. And then when you contrast that with Sosa, he seemed to be a little bit on his own. He wasn't kind of networked into the matrix like those other 3. The way those 3 played off each other was absolutely fantastic. And just when we started to doubt Chris Wood, because he's had 3 games without a goal, he pops up and scores probably his best goal of the season. That goal absolutely took the P1 $1. It was so good. Just the little head tennis beforehand. And the ball over the top from Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White, by the way, I thought that the Tottenham game was his best game. No, yesterday was his best game.
Are we doing the whole lot then? Are we doing the whole lot?
Tag on approach.
This is a tangent from Sosa, but I feel like somebody said, you said on the phone in, or was it on your review, he's back to his best. No, I think he's now reaching a level that's beyond what we've seen from him before. Okay, all right.
No, I agree.
But I just want to level out, because we go from he's rubbish, he's shit, he shouldn't even be starting, he should play Anderson in the 10 to now he's the best player. But yeah,
I had a couple of other general points about the game written down before we get to Ant, because I know he'll want a long go. So first thing, Everton attempted to bully Forest. Did you notice this? They thought
we bullied them.
Well, I know, but I tell you, actually, that Branthwaite, he's quite a good player.
He's good, isn't he? Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, if the worst comes to the worst, and we have to sell Murillo to Real Madrid for 100 million, he'd slot right in.
It only cost us 80 million though, Rob.
Yeah,
so we're
fine,
making
exactly.
20 million profit, you know. Yeah.
But no, I thought you were a bit harsh on Anderson in your player ratings. So on Match of the Day, they put together a really good highlights reel of him bossing the midfield. So I felt like Anderson and Morata and Milenkovic were not.
I didn't think Anderson was that good yesterday. I mean, I still gave him an 8. But I don't think he was as good as he's been in the previous games.
But it was funny though, because Sean Dyche, I'm sure he is a secret Forest fan. He wasn't bothered about it afterwards, and he was like,
I don't think it's a secret. I don't think it's a secret.
he was like,
I
tried to bully them, but they were too strong, and then I tried to score on the break, but they scored on the break. So fair enough.
So and
steady, Rob. We don't want you losing your voice.
Wait, just before I bring Ant in, I just want to big up Gordon, who's in here week in, week out. He says, seriously, guys, I'm in a bad way at the moment, so this is cheering me up. Gordon, we're here for you. You got our WhatsApp number. If there's anything we can do to help you, mate, and I'm sure the chat are there for you. There's loads of people we've spoken to in the chat today that are going through stuff, and, they've reached out and talked to us. So we're not just here for Forest. Yeah, we're here for everything. So it's a family here. It really is. So I hope you're feeling better, mate. Glad this is cheering you up. And what will cheer me up, right?
986.
987 now. 13 people, right? If we can't get 13 of our beloved FFTV community to go and subscribe to Talking Reds, right? Yeah. And we can't show our face in public, guys. We can't. Look, it's pinned to the live chat there. Make sure you subscribe to that. I really want them to hit that big 1K before the new year. 13 more of you. I'll even look, because I know you lot in the chat are lazy, right? I'm going to put it right there in the chat for you. So it's the freshest line there. If you're not subscribed, it's a Forest channel. They do fantastic podcasts. Go check it out. So make sure you sort them out. 13 more to go. And bless Gordon. Yeah, give Gordon your love in the comments as well, guys. Much love to Gordon. And there's one of the owners there, the lovely Greg, with a beautiful beard. He really does. Speaking of shit beards, though, Anne, what you got to say for yourself?
You've upset me now.
Do you know what, Anne? I honestly can't remember how you look without a beard.
I can't. That's the worst thing. I didn't find out. I'm stuck with the bloody thing now. Jolly. Yeah, it is becoming. Look, I thought yesterday was a superb, absolutely superb performance. We went to Everton, and Everton have drawn their last 3 games against Man City, against Arsenal, and against Chelsea, I believe. So they're no easy more. It's not an easy game. And we went there and we made it look easy. I said, and I'm not taking credit for this because I imagine most people have said this, but I said before the game, I can see us defending really well. They will not score against us. I said that categorically. They will not score against us.
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry, I'm really sorry. But congratulations to Greg and Richard. They've done it. 1,000 subscribers. Big up to the Talking Red boys. I'm really sorry to have interrupted you, Anne, but honestly, I know they really wanted it. Well done to you lot in the chat. Honestly, I'm so proud of our chat, showing love to other Forest communities as well. Congratulations, Greg, Richard. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm actually getting goosebumps, man. Fantastic work. I love you lot in the chat.
To talk to us now, Greg.
Innit. Remember us on your way up.
Greg. When you hit 1 million subscribers, you just remember which chat got you that key milestone, Greg.
1K. The first 1K is always the hardest, mate.
It's the hardest one, Greg. It's the hardest one. Yeah. So, congratulations, massive congratulations to them. And I know you don't mind me interrupting for that. And for Warren, the £2, he's saying, Ant Rant, we are awesome now, he says. That one's for you. So I'll segue us back into Ant. Go on, Ant.
Yeah, it's before the watershed, so let's be right.
Way before the watershed.
Where was I? Oh yeah. So I thought it was a thoroughly, I'm not going to say professional because it's better than just professional. It was a really good performance. We did exactly what we needed to do. And, I felt comfortable during the game. Listen, we'll always have nerves because we know in football you can score out of in a blink of an eye. Anything can happen. A shot from 25 yards, anything. But under the circumstances, I was pretty comfortable, and our goals were just sublime. And we are now getting a reputation. I've noticed today for the first time, really, that there's quite a few channels like ESPN, TalkSport, Sky Sport, starting to talk about Forest now. Oh, Forest. I mean, I think ESPN said Forest are the only challengers to Liverpool. So, I mean, they might be going a bit far, but, we are starting to get some recognition now. So certainly Champions League is a possibility.
Are you believing? Are you believing? Neo settings from Matrix here.
I'm starting to think that the Champions League is a possibility. Yeah. It's crazy. It's madness.
Yeah.
But we are so good, and it's not a flash in the pan. This is half of the season's gone now. We've played everybody.
Correct.
So, and we're still up there. And we've let a few games go, like Man City, like Arsenal, like Newcastle. But they literally are like blips. They're one game, and then we're back to it.
Yeah.
And in all
we
those
lost
games,
2 in a row this season. And have we lost 2 in a row?
Yeah, I think we did, didn't we? Let me have a look.
When?
Sure
Chat will know. They'll know.
Oh, chat will know. They're smarter than us.
Before I find out.
Yeah.
So a couple of quick mentions about certain players in my team.
I see that
Newcastle, Arsenal.
Newcastle, Arsenal. Yeah.
Okay. Not bad sides, in all honesty, to have lost. It's not like we're losing like we used to, losing to everybody, I've seen that obviously Morata is getting a lot of praise, quite rightly so. He was superb yesterday, but people have overlooked Mikulenkovic. I know he made one. That one you mentioned, Ed, that Njai got past him. Okay.
Yeah.
But honestly, look at the stats. And Milenkovic was head and shoulders above everybody for clearances, for duels won, for everything, for blocking, everything. The guy had a magnificent game, but with that used to him doing that, I think you kind of take your eye off him a bit to look at who else is playing well.
Yeah.
So let's not overlook his contribution. He was magnificent yesterday. He was winning everything in the air, and they were putting balls in, and he was winning them all.
Yeah.
So let's not overlook him. I thought Aina had an average game for him.
Did he look tired to you, Anne? He looked a bit tired.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Has he got his eye on Man City? Update coming out tomorrow.
He might do. He was certainly missing tackles that he wouldn't normally miss, in my opinion. Anderson's a funny one. And I've got to hold my hand up here. In fact, I'll hold them both up. I was watching the game, and I had Wolfie on in the background. And I think it was probably about 60 minutes. I actually put a comment saying, I'm sorry to say, but Anderson is not having his best game. Okay. And I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah. But I felt a bit guilty afterwards, because I thought, hang on. I mean, he's playing in a deep 8 today. He's not playing in attacking it. So I think what it was with me is his creativity wasn't as great, and his dribbling wasn't as great because he wasn't in a position to do it. Exactly. But when I rewatched the match afterwards, the amount of tackles and the amount of closing down that guy did was phenomenal. And he actually had a really good game. But I wasn't looking at it through the right prism, if you know what I mean. I was looking at it from a creative attacking point of view. But when I concentrated on what he actually did, he was immense yesterday. I shocked myself.
But he wasn't as good as he's been in previous games. Now, his average game, game is still better than the whole Man United team combined. That was my point on yesterday.
8's a good score, mate. 8.
I know. People were literally getting the pitchforks. I gave him an 8, and people getting pitchforks out of me.
No, 8 is fine. 8 is fine.
He was disciplined in his defensive work. I still would prefer him on our set pieces, because I think Alanga's just
100%
far too many of them yesterday. Yeah. But other than that, what him and Dominguez as well. Dominguez's role yesterday was perfect.
Well, another thing I'd
say about those two. Hang on. A bit like John McGovern, not one of those players that you necessarily notice, but if he's not there, you notice.
Yeah, so
hang on. One more, and then you can do as you like. One more, and that's Ilanga.
One more.
Yeah, just one more. That's Ilanga. As we're all aware, actually, it's 2 more. As we're all aware, we've given him a little bit of stick lately, and quite rightly, because he deserved it. Yes. You can't close your eyes to these things. But his improvement, and I love it. I'm so pleased for the guy, because he comes across as a really nice guy. You want him to succeed.
Yeah.
And the one thing that got me yesterday, he was all over the place yesterday. It was everywhere. And his little touches, even his header to Wood. I mean, it's not easy, to do that. But one thing got me. I think it was late on in the
Just
game.
the one thing. Come on, man. How many more one things?
But no, this is one last thing about
Chris.
Langer. He ran back about 50 yards and made a fantastic tackle where he went to ground, got his legs around, got the ball, and came away with it.
And then he went.
He's got some energy. That guy's got some energy. You know what I mean? To run all that way back and do that after running about all game was great. I'll leave my other one then because I won't.
But let me
Thanks,
just do a quick
MGW is my other one. So
well, let me
it's
just
good.
say a quick comment before, and it links it, and before Rob jumps in. But what they were just saying about Dominguez and Anderson's roles yesterday allowed him to do what Rob's just said. Allowed MG Dub to have one of his best games. He was an absolute nightmare for the Everton backline yesterday. He was running at them every single time he ran at them. They were panicking, and it was the roles of Dominguez and Anderson that allowed him to do that yesterday. Because I think they were absolutely they were well versed in their positions. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they weren't flashy about it. But like I said, I would like to see Anderson taking our set pieces rather than the Langer going forward. Go on, Rob, jump in.
Well, about 5 minutes ago, I wanted to make a very quick supporting point to what Ant was saying, which is just to point out that that game yesterday was one hell of a scrap, but the only yellow card we got was King Willie for time wasting.
Yeah.
Is that what he was booked for? I didn't see why.
Coming on the pitch. I want it, Rob, it's coming on the pitch. It was taking too long to come on the pitch. He got booked straight away.
Yeah, so what we did is we kept it clean, whereas they picked up 4 yellow cards. So
Tarkowski should have been sent off, by the way. That second one was a yellow card. He got the ball after he's taken.
Yeah, they were
out.
dirty. They were dirty.
He should have been sent off for that.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's not even a conversation.
It's
just like, it should have been. That's it. You know, it's so obvious.
But I do think that another player that we often talk about might well have got booked in that game. So, but then I think we've all concluded that the best thing for that player is if he goes and gets booked on 5 minutes, he then plays a lot better, doesn't he?
Yes, I agree. Calms him down. Yeah.
Let's talk about Morgan Gibbs-White. Before I do, quick reminder, please hit that like button if you haven't already. How many we got? Coming up to 400 in here. I don't know how many likes we got. Mods, check out the likes. Mods, it's your job now to get on the case of the chat. They've done the main objective. They got Talking Reds. Hey, Richard's in the house as well. Shout out to Richie Rich. He's in the 1K club as well. He really is Richie Rich now. Shout out to Richard. He says MGW is starting to string together very, very good performances. Yes, if Ben was on, he'd be saying, "What about your agenda?" But we'll come on to that. We'll come on to that.
I say it how I see it. You know me.
Cool. See it as I say it, and I say it as I say it. We're on 136 likes, right? We should be on 200 likes, guys. Get it sorted out. I want to talk about Morgan Gibbs-White. I praised him quite a bit in my video today. But I just, the bit I enjoyed the most, and it's a real minor thing, but there was a couple of times in the game yesterday where when he picked the ball up and started driving forward, you just saw the whole Everton backline dropping in fear. They weren't stepping to him, and that's a mark of respect for me. So, Rob, on Gibbs-White, what are you saying, man? Best performance?
Yeah, and he is stringing them together. And listen, whenever we've criticised Gibbs-White, either Ant or myself, all we've said is that we want him to play in a different way. Save your tricks for the edge of the opposition box, not for the edge of ours, right? Even if he gets away with it. But I think that what he was yesterday was a linchpin. And he was in the Spurs game as well. He was basically in the quarterback role. He was either, like you say, he could dribble forwards or he could play the long balls. He had everything in his locker yesterday. And that the goal he scored was actually a good goal, not some kind of Onana assist or a great goal. Scramble. It was a cracking. And Pickford hard to beat at the moment as well. To be fair to Pickford, so fair play to Gibbs-White. So he's got 3 goals in the first half of the season. If he replicates that again, he should finish on 6. I want him to go for 10. I think he should be able to get 10 goals this season.
What's he on now, Rob? Sorry,
he's on 3. He's on 3. He scored at Southampton. He scored at Man United, and he scored at Everton.
How many do you know how many assists he's got? Oh, we can get
Three
one
as
of the
well.
stats.
A lot of
Do you
assists.
want
He's
some
got a lot of
stats? Do
assists.
you want some stats? I actually went on
No, yeah, I do want
Yeah, I
to see
do want-
stats, man.
I think he should
Talking
be on
Reds
double
brings
figures.
stats up all the time. We need to be as
3 goals,
professional
3
as them.
assists. 3 goals, 3
Yeah.
assists. The most assists, by the way, is Anderson, 5.
Yeah, I agree, but he should be on double figures for both by the end of the
Anderson needs to
season. I'm
score.
sorry.
But anyway, Gibbs-White,
Mm.
a good goal, and he is really, really on form at the moment. Be very interested to see if he makes the next, the Tuchel England squad, because I think he could be there on
I
merit.
can't say it.
Well,
Okay,
come on.
we had.
I'm really not bothered.
I'm not
I'd rather
bothered
he
about
didn't
either.
from a selfish perspective.
I
Yeah.
mean, look, he's second in the table, and he's on the form of his life.
Just
Why
for sake
wouldn't
of
you?
conversation, then, just because we did kind of have this debate, I think, about 4 or 5 months ago, and at that stage, I think people were putting him behind Maddison. For me, he's ahead of Maddison right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're ahead of Madison. Yeah.
Yes.
But there was that chance on the edge of a box where he had time to think about
God,
it.
that was
Oh, that
awful.
was so
And
bad.
if you compare
Don't
that,
make us relive that. Don't make
no,
us.
I know, but if you compare that
can't see
moment
it.
to what Maddison did against Liverpool the week before in that same position, he's still not got it. But in terms of linking up play and his through balls, I'm sorry, there's not many better right now in the Premier League. Than,
That one to Sousa,
than
the one with the
Palmer
outside of
and
his
Giroud,
foot.
I think.
That Sousa should have put that away. That one where he just basically
yeah.
Just before
first
half
time outside of the
Yeah.
foot to Sousa.
He
That was
should have.
outstanding.
He had to score that.
Outstanding.
He had to
Yeah.
score that. Just before we carry on, right? I'm seeing a few comments on Blues Brothers Network and about Everton, Mike, and John and his video yesterday from them, right? Firstly, Ant will back me up, right? They are two of the nicest blokes you'll ever meet. I
Yeah,
love them
boys,
both,
yeah.
right? And you got to remember when John did his video yesterday, he's very hot under the collar. He's just seen Dyche ball. I know a lot of you want Rob to do some more Dyche impressions, but, it is what it is.
My pleasure. Anytime you like.
There you go. Right. So
I love it,
what
Rob. I
he's-
love it.
And obviously he was insulted by the chants that he was hearing at the ground. That's his prerogative if he's insulted by it or not, man. Everyone has their
I
own
don't think he
take
made
on
a
it.
big deal of it. He just mentioned it,
Yeah, and then I saw
chant?
people getting insulted that he called us Notts Forest, and it's like, well, okay, but then they've heard the chants, and it's like he hasn't said that in a derogatory. Anyway, my point is, it's football. People are hot under the collar at 5:05 when they're doing these recordings. Believe me, I've been there, I've done it. You all have, right? Just because you don't have a camera in front of you, it doesn't mean you haven't been angry. So shout out to them. Be nice to them, right? Remember, they have to watch Dyche ball week in, week out, and they don't want to. Okay, so that's a.
Can I just very quickly?
It's 'cause Ben's not here, isn't it? It's because Ben's not here.
Yeah, can I just say that many years ago I went to watch Forest play Sunderland. What year would it have been? I don't know. At Stadium of Light, anyway. It's a long time ago, obviously. And their fans were calling us scabs because of the 1984 miners' dispute. Now, I knew what that was about, but some of the kids singing it were like 12 years old, and the thing had finished 20 years before. So they had no idea, but they were calling us scabs.
Yeah. That happens now with
And
Leeds. Leeds do it to us.
At first, I was quite annoyed and upset by it. And what we used to do is we used to get fivers out, and everybody used to wave fivers at the opposition. Yeah. Because obviously our miners were getting paid. But that was a political event from 1984. So for them, I imagine that's how they feel when we sing Sign On. So I can understand them in a way.
We've always sung that.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it right.
I know,
That doesn't make it right.
The scab thing, I'm talking about somebody from Nottingham that was going to away matches, but there was only Sunderland I can remember. No, Barnsley, obviously Barnsley did it as well. But yeah, that was quite offensive. But we responded by making a joke of it, getting fivers out, and we sing "Work in the morning." We've got work in the morning, right? Because that's how you respond to it with an equal
kind, yes,
in equal kind, yeah. And I think if the Scousers had done that from day one, that chant would have died down. But they don't. They just moan about it. And the more they moan about it, the more that Forest fans know it winds them up. And if you know as a football fan, you can sing something that's going to wind the opposition up, then I'm sorry to say that's how it goes. So they should shut up, stop moaning about it, and it will die away. Because the kids singing it today don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know why they sing it.
Can I add something, Anne? Because like we've always sung that, and we used to sing it mainly at Liverpool. But whenever a London team used to come and play at the City Ground, we always used to sing "Come and get your peanuts." And now, is that offensive to nuts? Now, I mean, are they going to complain about? Are they going to get triggered about
nuts
that?
or nuts?
Yeah. No, I mean, they could have got more, but all they would sing is "You're going to get your effing heads kicked in." You know,
Yeah, this is part of your repertoire as a football supporter. You need to have a specific.
I think that. I mean, like Wolfie said, we don't have a right to tell somebody else what offends them, and that's true. I agree with that. If it offends you, it offends you. But don't let it turn into a hatred for other fans. It's silly because we're not all the same anyway. So don't say Forest fans are all shit. Forest fans are evil because some sing a song. You know, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, let's catch up on the super chats. She's back. Our lovely Jessica is back with the £2. She goes, "I'm back. Evening, gents. £2 the second." I love it.
I wish we were 20th now.
Huh?
I said, I wish we were 20th.
Yeah, actually, Jess, I mean, it's £1 once we go past Liverpool on, the title decider on the 14th of Jan, I think it is. Good to have you back, Jess. Hope you're well, my dear. And Chris with the £2, he says, so were the Everton fans yesterday, and
so were the Everton fans what, Chris? Don't spend any money, but just put in the chat what you mean by that.
Yeah, thank you for it, Chris. I think I know you.
Sorry. Was it you're going to get your effing heads kicked in? Is that what you mean?
Can I point something out? On the coverage I was watching, and I don't know whether anyone else had this problem, but there seemed to be this pitch side microphone right next to
I was picking up everything.
Foul-mouthed Liverpool hag. She was all the way through the game. It's like, shit, fuck! All the way through the game. I was like, turn her off. I mean, we actually had a debate. We watched this with the sound off. So don't tell us about our fans because that woman was a disgrace.
Yeah, they were.
No, they're proud to shag sheep. No, Laurie. They smile when you do that. They even got a chant: "Sheep shag army, sheep shag army, sheep shag army." So,
all right, let's go back to the football. We were doing so well, being like proper freaking Talking Reds-esque, man. Don't forget to subscribe to them. There are links pinned in the chat, right? What were we? Did we finish on Morgan Gibbs?
Weren't you when I was last here? I don't know if you finished.
Did we finish on that?
Yeah.
No. Well, I was just about to say. I said last game he's playing. I've been critical of him, and I think rightly so because I think he's been poor for a lot of the season. But now, these last few games, he's been what I want him to be, and I am so happy. That's all I want. Play to your potential, and he's getting better and better. And his influence on the last couple of days has been immense. So big up and keep going, son. Keep going.
Okay. So I just want to say the last thing on him because I still think he's still underperforming. I still think he needs to be at a higher level for consistently. Yeah, what we've seen in the last few games is brilliant, but he needs to be doing that every game. He really does. Yeah. I still target. He should be looking at double figures for assists and goals by the end of the season, and he's nowhere near that. And I know this guy's on a different level because he literally is. But look at Mo Salah, 30 goals and assists already this season. MG Dub's our best player. We're second in the league. I know, but I'm just saying this is the gap. This is the gap that we need to get towards.
No, you need to compare him to Maddison and Foden. That's who you need to compare.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking on a different level, aren't we? Look at where we are in the table. So we have to be looking at the teams around us, and they're the team around us.
Interesting concept. Interesting.
But also, I just want to talk about actually, and it's been overlooked, but Nuno's tactics yesterday. So going into yesterday's game, and I've heard it on all the Toffee channels, and we've talked about as well, those two low block teams, basically. Two teams who don't like possession. Two teams who don't want the ball. So Nuno's tactics in that first half was spot on. And I noticed it because of the change in the second half. So in the first half, we were playing it short out from the back, drawing them in. Their low block turned into a mid block.
What's this, mate? What's this?
This is what we did, though. We drew them in. You saw Branthwaite running with the ball. You saw Tarkowski having to come out with the ball. They don't want to do that.
Was very far
forward. You're right. You're right.
They don't want to do that. So Nuno's tactics was spot on. With us playing out from the back, that drew them in. Drawing them in is what created that space behind them. And so easily, MG Dub was able to pick up the ball and find our players in the right space. So that tactic was perfect because as soon as the second half started, we started kicking it long. If you notice, the very first goal kick from we started kicking it long. So the tactic was spot on. He drew them out. We got that goal. I think Nuno would have been happy with a 1-0. At that stage, he was happy with a 1-0 because. But again, I mean, what time did we get the subs? It was about 65-minute mark, wasn't it? Or was it a little bit later?
I think it was a bit later.
A little bit later. But again, he's trusting the players on the pitch. And I've got to say, you know, the ones that were on, I think some of the substitutions possibly could have come a little bit sooner. Because I do think Aina seems like he's tiring a little bit. I think he could have come off a little bit earlier. But we've got to give Nico Williams his flowers again and again and again. Another top-notch performance. Yeah. Now, I want to end this discussion about him not being able to play as a fullback. He's only a good wing-back. Well, I think we all agree he's better on the left-hand side, but he can play as a fullback and he can play as a wing-back. We've seen him do both, and we've seen him do both very well. So I think that discussion needs to be put to bed because we all agree he's one of the most...
is he better than Moreno?
Yeah, right now, yeah. He's one of the first names on the team sheet.
I think Moreno's got... Prop's got the edge going forward. I think he's a better crosser of the ball.
I think Nico Williams is better going forward.
I'd like Nico Williams is 2-footed, so he can drift into the midfield.
Calm down. I don't want to fall out about it. I'm quite happy to say Nico's better. I've got no problem with that. But I feel that maybe Moreno's got a little bit.
I'm saying have the debate. I think it's an interesting debate.
I think he's got a little bit more quality on his crossing. That's it.
Moreno. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that.
Want to play at the moment? I would pick Nico. So there you go.
Yeah, I'd say for me, Nico's one of the first names on the team sheet in the form that he's in at the moment. But we've seen he can play fullback and he can play wingback, but he's definitely better on that left-hand side for me. His first game that I saw him play that was against Mo Salah that first season. He played him off the park. Mohammed had to go inside. I don't like calling him
Mohammed.
I don't like Mo. I don't like Mo.
Call him Salah.
I don't like Mohammed going in, but that's what he had to do just to get away from Nico. So yeah, Nico's best position is out on the left.
Can I just add to what Ed said about and well, I think Rob has as well about the change at the beginning. I think I was really pleased when having had one of our back three defenders have to drop out that he didn't just put Bolly in there. He obviously felt that wasn't the right move, and I think it's quite a brave step to completely change it and bring Sosa on for his for his starting debut. I think that was quite a big thing he did there. Now, obviously, it worked out well, and I'm really pleased about that. It showed you that Nuno got tactics. I mean, can you imagine certain other managers like Dyche or one we used to have perhaps? He would have literally just taken Murillo out and put Bolly in. There would have been that's what would have happened, even if he wasn't fully fit.
But also shows Nuno's trust in his players, doesn't he? That he knew that I can switch a formation. It's not going to affect him.
The guys are out there. They'll do it. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to mention that's I think it's got kind of overlooked, and I thought it was incredible, and that's Chris Wood's assist for the second goal. How many strikers on the edge of the box with a player to his left, a chance to move to the right and shoot, would have done one of those things? But he didn't. He found that pass. He brought the ball back, put it onto his other foot, and found that brilliant, perfect pinpoint pass to Morgan Gibbs-White. How many other strikers had the awareness to know that MGW was there in the first place, never mind the technical ability to be able to execute the pass?
I said this a couple of months ago, but not only is he one of the most lethal finishers in terms of his strike rate, but he's one of the classiest finishers in the Premier League. And he proved it again, that finish yesterday. But like Ant just said, the awareness, the timing of MG Dub's pass, MG Dub perfectly keeping himself on side as well. But the timing and the awareness, people forget that he's not just a goal scorer. And I've heard a lot of these other fan channels, and like you say, we're in the news constantly now saying, "Oh, he's a typical old school,"
Yeah, I'm still seeing that now.
So much more. He's got so much more.
I still say, Chris Wood. I mean, I do get people saying, "Oh, I'm surprised he could have done that." I thought Chris Wood was one. He just wins the ball. He actually doesn't. Yesterday, he won a lot in the air, but normally he doesn't win a lot in the air.
Normally he doesn't. Yeah.
Normally doesn't. So this is it. Yeah. So me and Ant watched him in our last home game, and the amount of times if he'd kept his eye on the ball, he would have won the ball. Yeah. So why, when he's up against players where he can dominate, why doesn't he dominate them?
But when he's up against, weird thing.
It's a weird one, but when he's up against Leicester, Tarkowski and Branthwaite, he makes sure he wins that.
And Branthwaite's really good in the air.
today.
Yeah, Branthwaite's very good.
All right, let me just catch up some super chats quickly. Crypto, his banned from ever coming on the stream again. With the $4.99. We still appreciate your donations. He says Rob's various impressions tonight keep triggering my dog into full-on home protection mode. She thinks we're being invaded by ginger Evertonians. He's not from Everton, man. What are you talking about? He's from Nottingham, isn't he?
It's from Nottingham, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the $4.99, Crypto. And Richard says, Wolfie, I sent you a crucial message. Is this a crucial message?
I just realised Crypto's joke was just as bad as the ones he says when he's on live. He's now texting them in.
Time to think about it, type it out. Richard, what's the crucial? Is this the crucial message, or was there a prior crucial message, bro? I'm confused, but thank you for the £2.
And where is the crucial message?
Tommy said, I was listening to Tuffy TV earlier today, and they think only 2 of our players would get into the Everton side. I haven't seen that. I don't know if is that true, Tommy? Are you trolling? Because I thought they were quite respectful of Forest.
I've watched a lot of Tuffy TV today. I think they're really good podcasts.
Yeah, they were very respectful. Yeah.
I must have missed that because I've watched about 3 of their videos. Mind you, they've done about 10 post-match videos, to be fair.
They do, yeah.
But yeah, they're normally very, very, you know.
Can I ask the chat? There's obviously a few. This is why we started the stream early and we're going to finish a little early. But which of our top 4 rivals are the chat going to be watching tonight? Because there's 3 of them in action, as far as I'm concerned.
That's a good question. I've been wondering that myself.
Who will we be watching?
I'm going to
tell them what the games are.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so the games are Villa at home to Brighton, Ipswich hosting Chelsea, and then you've got Man United and Newcastle at 8 o'clock.
They start at different times, so you can watch.
So 2:45.
15 minutes in it, man.
Yeah, I know, but that means at half time you can switch over and watch the other one, can't you?
For 15 minutes. I'm watching Man U Newcastle.
What I normally do is I watch Man U Newcastle. If Man U score, I'll switch over and watch something else.
I'm watching Ipswich Chelsea only because Cole Palmer's my FPL captain this week, so I need a few points from him. But
surely the Man U Newcastle is more of a.
Yeah, I'll switch to that later.
Don't know who I want to win that though. I mean,
it's doing my head in as well,
yeah.
Draws, man. Draws all round.
I'm going to watch Ipswich until they concede the first goal, and then I'll just turn the whole thing off, I think. That'll probably end up being like that West Ham Liverpool game last night. What a pathetic capitulation that was.
Didn't watch a minute of it. Didn't even bother.
I had hope for those guys. I had, come on, we're second. Let's make up some ground on Liverpool. And
Nicky, if you're watching, get a 5-run all 3 draws, mate. That's what I'm going for. Sorry. He bets.
Right, can we stop with this mark crap, man? I don't know how it started in the chat yesterday, right? And there's this constant.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know, man. This chat is crazy. What's this Man U fan doing in here? You lost, mate. You lost. You're looking for
no. If he's putting Viva Ganacho, he ain't a Man U fan because no Man U fan saying Viva Ganacho.
Anyway. If he keeps spamming mods, just get rid of the bellend. Okay, this is interesting, right?
Forest fan TV are horrible, he says. Viva Ganacho.
That's quite polite.
Forest fan TV are horrible.
Things by Forest fans.
I've got a feeling he's either got mental issues or he's about 6.
Anyway, left back poll, right? 24% have said Moreno is better. 71% said Nico Williams is better. This is left back / LWB.
Yeah.
And 5% vote for Tuffalo. I do wonder what you lot watch sometimes. I do wonder.
No, I know.
When he came on, don't go further than that. If you're going down this road, do not go further than that.
Tuffalo's got a lot of fans in amongst the Forest fans because they're always singing this song. They did not stop chanting for him when he came on. So he has got a what's the word for it? He has got
cult status.
Cult status. Yeah. Cult.
Yeah, but Tuffalo is not good enough to start in this team. Tuffalo,
No,
what he does off the field is fantastic, and I think that's why everyone loves him, right? In terms of his charity work, the stuff he's doing.
Hey,
with
he
the-
did well when he came on yesterday. Let's not overlook it because
That's what I
Nuno's
say.
had this.
Literally
I
was
was
my
gonna
opening
say.
statement. He did fine.
Sorry. Yeah,
I'm saying
he
he's
did
not a
fine.
starter. You can't
No, he's not.
surely vote for him ahead of Williams and
No, we were
Moreno.
trolling. We were trolling. Whoever voted for him was trolling, clearly.
Who voted? Who's going to fess their hands up? Yeah,
So whatever
yeah. Let's see
whatever
what our 5%ers.
Whatever
Done.
poll you put out there, no matter how like ridiculously one-sided, you'll always get people voting for a silly. Always, you'll never get
If I
100%.
put Rob as the fourth option, do you reckon Rob would have got votes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
gonna.
have
Right, I'm
voted for him.
testing it. I'm
Nah,
testing it.
Left back in the
It's
changing room.
I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna
The thing
test
about Toffolo is, I know that some guys on here just want him out of the club. I think he's as a squad left back, I think he's fine. I don't have a
it. We
problem.
got team. We don't need him. We don't need
No,
him.
but his contract.
problem
We needed him yesterday.
The problem for Toffolo is that Toffolo was doing really well under the previous manager, and then he got frozen out of the side, and then he came back in for that Chelsea game, the final home game of last season as a sub, and he was on a 3 for that game because Chelsea scored 2 late goals, and he kind of screwed up on both. So. And then he's never really come back from that. But, I mean, maybe we need to have another look at him, certainly in the FA Cup.
No, Rob, and I know
Right,
you like
Rob.
to put players in just for fun, just to see what they're like. But no, we're not doing that, mate.
What, in
We're
the
not
FA
chucking-
Cup?
Oh, in the FA Cup, yeah, do what you like in the FA Cup.
Yeah, in the FA Cup, I'd
You
played.
can get that Magellan goal if you like in the FA Cup. If you like.
Yeah.
They're actually voting Rob.
It's a sellout,
You
isn't
lot are
it?
sheep.
I'm
You
voting
lot
for
are
Rob.
sheep. Oh
I
my!
think it's
Rob
sellout.
is officially Forest best left back with 58% of the vote. My God,
59,
I quit.
59%. I've just voted 59% now.
Yeah. So have I.
Now Rob's voting, man. I'm going to address this person, this young man, as Mark. Thank you for the £5. I've had to change my YouTube name from Mark because I keep getting mobbed. You were part of the mob, right? That started this Mark thing off yesterday. And I haven't had the time to go back and check exactly what happened. I think the other Mark got timed out by the chat bot. And then that triggered like the whole Mark thing to erupt. It's turning into freaking Fight Club, man. It's turning into Fight Club here. Thank you so much, Way, for the £5, bro. Appreciate it. And like, can we just talk about someone that isn't called Mark or isn't called Rob, because Rob got 60% now of the votes, man. He's better than Tuffalo. According to this poll.
It's better than all of them according to that vote. What are you on about?
All right. What's next? I've completely derailed here. What else you guys
Where do you want to go with it? Oh, well,
Injuries. Can you tell us about the fitness of Murillo and Hudson-Odoi, please?
Fine.
Murillo should be fine.
Mhm.
Murillo's fine. So they basically said, don't worry. Huh?
No, I was going to tell you about Cho as well, but go on, you do it.
Go on, tell us. Give us.
I don't know about
he had a slight knock. You saw him at the end of the game against Spurs. Aina actually carried him off the pitch on his, giving him a piggyback, if you remember. And he had ice on his ankle. He's got a knock on his ankle, but he wanted to play yesterday, but they said no. Let's just leave it a bit. So he'll be fine.
All right, Murillo. They're saying like, don't worry. Basically, there's scans and stuff to check him out today, no doubt. But it's not. It's his, what's that muscle called? Adductor muscle.
The adductor muscle. It's basically, it runs down your groin and around the back of your leg down to your knee.
Am I being too cynical? Am I being too cynical to think that Nuno was always planning to play the way he played yesterday, and it was just
you're being cynical.
I love it though, Ez. I love it though. I know you like your conspiracy.
Yeah, I know
like
conspiracy. It's not like me to come up with them, is it?
He was gonna play a back three, and then he discovered man did indeed land on the moon, and he changed it to a back four.
I didn't know.
Okay, and in terms of Einar,
and the Earth is indeed a globe and not flat.
Get out of here! Get out of here! We're going too far now, mate. We're going too far. Right? In terms of Einar, there's a video on Patreon out for it now telling you what's happening with him. There'll be a video on FFTV tomorrow. And a couple of you are asking about my Rivals Reacts video, which you guys seem to love, because there's a transfer video, because the transfer video is starting from tomorrow, the Rivals React video will be over on the second channel, the Footy Network, which is pinned in the chat. So please do go and subscribe to that. It might be a long one because I got like so many rival tiers to get through. Spurs, Man U, freaking Everton. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Okay, right. Just before we move on, let's catch up quickly on the super chats. Also, how are we doing on the likes, mods? How are we doing on the likes? There's over 400 in here, and we got 201 likes. Not bad, not bad. But we should be about 250 by now. 250 by now.
Oh, not that one, not that one.
Just hold on, blood. Hold on. You're turning into Ben now. Curtis with the $5. He says, not everyone in the squad's not everyone in a squad start or be that level. You need Tuffalo to start your early in Carabao Cup games, which I'm comfortable with him doing. I get what you're saying, but we still got Einar who can play left back. You still got De Silva can technically play left back. We got enough left back cover. I just don't think we need that many bodies.
Get used to it, mate. Because when we're in the Champions League, our squads are going to have to be massive. So get used to it.
But mate, if you think Tuffalo's coming into the Champions League,
no,
come on. Let's be fair. With the Champions League, you do play some shit teams. It's not all Juventus and Real Madrid. You also play the Carabao. God knows
now, isn't it?
Young boys.
Dino
with the
still play
£2. Yeah. Dino with the £2 says, "Why can't we go for the FA Cup? Last record to be broken. We can. Yeah, we can.
We can go for the FA Cup.
Why is it the last record to be broken? We have won the FA Cup. He does realise that, doesn't he?
It's the one with Cloughie, isn't it? The one Cloughie didn't win.
Well, Cloughie didn't win, but it doesn't mean we didn't win.
Yeah, we've got 4 of them. We've got 4 of them, haven't we?
1898 against Derby and 1959 against Luton.
We got 2. Wait, 2. Which way around is it? We've got 2 and a 4.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
Got two FA Cups, 1898, 1959.
And 4 League Cups and 2 stars.
Yeah.
And it's too many. I mean, that's already 10 times bigger than the Spurs cabinet.
And we're still,
I think Spurs have more trophies than us, you know.
Yeah,
I know, but it depends on. Listen, I like to put like a star next to your trophy. If it's League Cup, then it's bronze. If it's FA Cup, it's silver. If it's the League Championship, it's gold. And if it's European Cup, it's sapphire or something like that. It's something platinum, you know. So we got 2 platinum. That wipes out a lot of. And Spurs have only won the league twice, you know. Last time in 1961. It's not like they've got this great. What they have done is won a lot of FA Cups, but they're just silver stars. We've got 2 fucking platinums, mate.
Silver stars. All right, let's
get my drift.
And the Tennis Data Systems Cup as well.
Yeah, and the Simod. We got a Simod. How many county cups have we got?
What colour stars are those, Ad? What colour do you get?
Exactly.
Brown stars. They're brown stars.
I mean, are they counting their Audi Cup?
That means something totally different, Rob.
Do the Audi Cups get any colour stars, then, or are they just brown stars? Man? Seriously, right?
I'm gonna say there's chocolate starfish next, mate. Bloody hell.
All right, what's next? What players will we mention?
Squares, but it's been a long time.
Too early for Everton. Sorry, too early for a Wolves preview, isn't it? Because that's not for another week.
No.
And on Thursday, we're doing a special transfer forum with all the boys.
Are we? Oh, can I do it?
See, it would help if you weren't just available by pigeon, Rob. You know, we've had these conversations.
All right.
Well, we've already spoken about this, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Thursday.
That's fine. We've run out of things to say.
We haven't run out of things. On
Thursday, where are we going to finish? Where are we going to? That's your.
We've still got loads of shit to say, man. I just want to let the chat know on Thursday. Come with a pen and paper and your shopping list because the boys will be coming with a pen and paper and their shopping list, and we'll see how bad their shopping.
Am I one of the boys, or am I not?
Yeah, you are one of the boys. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Right. So Forest 6th in second. Technically, we could drop down as far as 4th, which would be obviously a disaster. Okay. I want to say something that I'm hoping everyone will agree with.
You said that with a straight face as well. You said that with a straight face. Dropping down to 4th would be a disaster.
Well, wait and hear what I have to say now. Nuno's the worst manager in the Premier League.
Well, we don't want him to get manager of the month, do we?
Thank you. You know where I'm going with this, man. Is anyone else scared more of Nuno getting manager of the month than any opposition we have coming up? Because is this curse a real thing, man? I mean, Rob, should we stop bigging up Nuno until at least they've done the candidates?
I think it's time to put superstition behind us now, because after all, Crypto bought a wood shirt and he scored his best goal of the season. Milenkovic is holding up.
Why would you say that? Why he's in the chat, man? Why would you say that?
No. Well, maybe it's because the shirt is not visible because we've banned him from the channel. That's how we managed to nullify the curse of crypto. So I
said it's because it's a Surbinator's reversed the curse onto him. Now that's why he's so ill. That's why he's not here tonight, mate.
I do think that the next game against Wolves, I'm a bit worried about it because that new manager they've got is excellent, and he's turned it around.
What's his name, Rob? He's so excellent. What's his name?
Ferreira, Victor Ferreira, whatever. Right? No, look, he's a nice guy. He's got them fired up. It made O'Neill look like an absolute lemon, right? But is Cunha available for that game, or is he banned for taking the guy's glasses off?
It doesn't matter. He's injured now.
Is he? Good.
Yeah, he went off injured. He went off injured,
but he's not injured.
I noticed
I've got Davey Boy coming on towards the end of the week, so I'll get all the inside gossip off him on Wolves. So, but yeah, I mean, he should get banned. Hopefully this week. I've never seen. I mean, brown envelopes of Wolves wasted on extending it before he gets banned, man.
To be fair, guys, with our defense, are we worried about Cunha? Are we worried about anybody? I thought NJ would.
Yeah, I am worried about him.
Brilliant goal against us last time.
Yeah. God, you're a bunch of namby-pambies. Have you seen our defense? Have you seen our defense? Have you seen how many goals we concede? And you talking about
Cunha? Have you seen Cunha?
Yeah, he's a great player. How many goals he scored this season?
Strand Larsen is decent as well.
Oh my God, did you see his finish yesterday? It's the most ridiculous angle, man.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do that again, is he?
Wait, so you're not scared about Cunha?
No, why should we? We're second in the table, guys. We've got I think the third best defense in the league. We don't let teams dominate us. We go away, we do our thing, and we come back with 3 points. It's Wolves.
No, but we do listen, and we
haven't beaten them yet, and since we've been back.
And we do let
we've not beaten loads of teams we've beaten this year. Okay.
No. I mean, I kind of agree with Rob that there's a lot of curses that Nuno's lifted, so I'm kind of not that superstitious about the manager of the month.
We're really ticking them off, but we've had 4 draws with Wolves since we came up. We have to beat them now.
But let me just address this, right? Since we've been back in the Premier League for the first season off, we were fucking dreadful. We were shit. We were awful. So if these teams were beating us, don't take that as well. That's the norm. Hang on. We are not the team now that we've been prior to this season. We are a different team. So ignore anything that's happened in the past 2 seasons. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, but Anne, you're kind of digging your own hole.
We had Joe Worrell and Steve Cook as our central defence in that first season. We've now got Murillo and Milenkovic. Please.
And who was our centre back pairing last time we played Wolves?
I don't care. That was an off day. That was a weird result. That was early in the season.
You're just thinking your own hole there, man.
And if I remember correctly, it was an out of the world, once in a lifetime world.
This is what I was just about to say.
Cell's left arm not being long enough.
No, but this is what I was about to say.
He's grown his arms since then. You know he has.
He seems to, yeah. Pretty good, actually.
We do allow teams to take shots from distance, and Cunha is on apps. That's why I'm saying it's just a word of caution, mate. I'm not scared of anybody, mate. I'm not scared of anybody, but I'm just saying a word of caution. The way we play, we do give them possession. We do let players take pot shots at us, and he's a player we don't want to be letting take too many pot shots at us.
Of course, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But I believe that with our defensive midfield, he's not going to get a lot. I mean, like I say, Ndai had a great chance yesterday. You're absolutely right. But that was a mistake from Milenkovic. You're not going to see another one of them this season.
Why would you say that, man? Seriously, man. I swear to God, man. If you've taken the curse from crypto, man. I just wish I want us to beat Wolves because I'm sick of not beating Wolves.
But not a good time to play them, though.
Not a good time. I wish we were playing them a
No,
month
it's a
ago.
good time. No, yeah.
Yeah, I do as well, but we'll still beat them.
Are you that confident? Yeah, but and if we were playing Liverpool tomorrow, do you think Forest would win?
Yeah, I would.
No, I wouldn't say we're going to win. Well, you'll know this the week after, won't you? No, I wouldn't say I wouldn't be confident like this. Liverpool aren't Wolves. Seriously, they're not. There's a difference in the quality of the players.
Okay, thanks for stating the obvious to us, mate. The point I was getting
it seems
to,
like
you
I
just
have
feeling
to, though,
confident.
because you're asking me. Because I say I'm not worried about Wolves, you must think the same because you're asking me if I'm worried about Liverpool.
Well, no. I'm giving you the other extreme. Well, if you're not worried about Wolves, are you in the mood? What I'm trying to get to is, are you in the mode now where put Real Madrid in front of us, we'll still beat them?
I've to be fair, I've probably gone back to pre-Newcastle. Remember pre-Newcastle when we thought we were unbeatable?
This is what worries me, mate.
Newcastle brought me back down to ground. So I'm probably back to pre-Newcastle now, like where I think we can match anybody on our day.
Yeah.
This is different to then, right? The pre-Newcastle, we've just beaten Leicester and Palace. Like we've beaten some big scalps in the last month now.
Yeah, but Rob, in that 24-hour period, like pre and post Newcastle, and went from we will beat Real Madrid to we will lose to Sheffield. Do you know what I mean? It was like there was just like this whoosh, massive flip.
Bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah,
no, but
I don't know when he made the transition back though.
Big comparison to the balloon and went pop.
No, to compare us, let's make the comparison now with where we were after we won those 3 games before Newcastle. I would say we're seeing the best of Elanga now, whereas he was crap back then, right?
Correct.
The 3-4-3 has been tested for a full game, and I think that's an evolution for us. I like the 3-4-3. We're seeing a lot more of Morato now, so I would say that the team is actually better now than it was at that point in the season. So, plus, we're legit second now. We're not sort of saying, "Oh, isn't it exciting? We're fifth." We've got something to defend. So, I think that we are less brittle than we were after that, or immediately before that Newcastle game. I think the main thing is just the self-belief and the confidence. I think Sells is better now than he was then as well. Sells is really doing his best work at the minute. So you actually can't imagine us conceding a goal. Even I can't imagine us
you lot are
conceding
worrying.
I know. This is what I mean. Just stay level. Just exactly as Nuno says, yeah? Don't get too hyped.
No, that's what Cooper said.
You just shouted at me. All I'm saying is that I think that we're capable of beating Wolves. We're second in the table. Wolves are down near the bottom. I know they've had 3 reasonable results, but we've had 5 wins on the trot, including the away game.
So this is where I want to go with it.
Confident?
I know, but this is where I want to go with it.
When can I be confident?
I know, but this is where I want to go with it. So I want to I'm going to be Mr. Cautious today, right? Okay, so remember, all 4 of us, because Crypto's not here, we can talk about that 94-95 season. It will live long in my memory. Now, that season, and I'll ask Rob the question because he obviously doesn't pay attention to our group chat. So we had 5 wins in a row that season as well. Do you know what the last game was in that 5 runs sequence?
Tell me.
It was a 7-1 away to Sheffield Wednesday. And then we went on a couple of draws after that. Now, we didn't get to 6 in that season, so can we get to 6? And that's what I'm worried about.
Negative, man.
No, because I think we can, but I just want to put a word of caution to it. Because, I think, because we had 5 wins in a row, anything less than a win against Wolves would be a disappointment. When in reality, a point away from home at Molineux, we would have taken at any other stage of a season. That's the question. Are our expectations so high?
No, I'm not accepting that. We have to win, and we're going to go and win 1-0. I'm sure we're going to win 1-0. I'll be perfectly happy with that.
Listen, Ed, it's not very often I'm confident about Forest, so give me this one, mate.
I'll give it you.
Because if we don't win against Wolves, I'll be back down. You know I will.
But it's what I'm saying with you, Ant-Man. Like 1 defeat and it's like relegation again, man.
Hang on. Can you hear the kettle calling the pot black up here?
No, but my point now.
What a football fan's about. All this moderation but stuff. That's for church. We're either up or down. There's no in between.
I do agree with you. I do agree with you, right? But what I'm saying is a draw is a loss right now. Let's be real, right? A draw is a loss.
Can we just talk about the league for a minute? Are we just awarding the title to Liverpool or not?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Right. So I saw a really interesting stat. Since the formation of the Premier League, Liverpool have been first 7 times on Boxing Day, and only once did they go on to win the league.
True.
Yeah.
They have choked 6 times, and all we got to do is just do our own thing, one game at a time, just keep winning, and ignore what's. And obviously, we've got to beat them. We've got to beat them as well. We've got to beat them.
Yeah.
We've got to start another 30-year run of wins
What's
against
the points gap
this
between us
round.
and Liverpool?
Sorry? Oh,
What's
it's
the
8.
point? Is
It's
it
8
8?
points. Don't look. Don't look. That's just get demoralized. Just
It's
ignore.
8 points.
No, because if we beat them, that brings it down to what, 5?
5, yeah.
Now, all we're going to do is just forget. Oh God, it's going to sound like Nuno or Cooper. Like
Nuno, yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you?
But one game at a time. Take every game as it comes. Every game's a cup final. Game of 2 halves.
But it's working, isn't
Don't
it?
get too high when we win. Don't get too low when we lose.
That bit didn't work, mate. That bit didn't work. That was the Cooper
No,
line.
but seriously, if we just keep doing our thing and just keep winning, and Liverpool will take care of Liverpool. Because
and this is the thing. I keep saying this. Liverpool have not had their blip. They will have a blip. Liverpool will always have a blip.
If Salah gets injured, they're done.
And
They're
done.
not, man. They're not. Jota's just come
Look
back.
at Salah's
He's good.
stats, mate. Look at his stats. Take away his stats.
Yeah, 30 goals.
That's like saying,
30
what if
goals,
Chris Wood got injured for us?
Exactly.
No, because we're going to sign somebody in the January window, which will proof us.
And can I just say, I've just checked out Cunha's stats, and I've decided I do want him to be banned this Saturday. So
Yeah.
I'm on fire, man.
I've changed my mind on that one.
Man, he's so good.
And or injured, it doesn't matter.
Richard with the £2.
He's one of those players that looks good on the eye but doesn't produce the stats. Check the
No,
stats.
He's both, man. He's both.
Both.
Yeah. Richard with the £2. He says, Wolfie, didn't I get the score correct for Everton? Indeed, you did, mate. Indeed, you did. What are you saying for the Wolves one, Richard? We'll go with your call. Put your neck on the line. Thank you so much for the £2. Freaking Chappie's messaging me saying, how many doing a Leicester comments have you had so far? 0, mate. I don't know if he's watching silently in the background. 0, right? And we're not doing a Leicester.
No.
I'm sorry, it's the Leicester fan base that are trying to tell us that we are doing a Leicester because they're going down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the difference between what Forest are up against and what Leicester are up against is Leicester were up against Spurs.
Yep.
That was the
yeah, exactly. Who ended up finishing 4th, didn't they?
No,
they
finished
well,
third. They finished third in a two-horse race.
Yeah.
Finished third in a two-horse race. Yeah, Arsenal picked them on the last day. Yeah,
Exactly. Okay. So what's that to say? Monday Night Football just been talking about us, comparing us to when Leicester won the league. Is that right? Oh, it's Monday night, isn't it? I keep thinking it's Sunday.
I genuinely thought we were talking about us, FFTV. Sorry. So big-headed now, aren't I?
talking about this.
All right, the games are about to kick off in 5 minutes. We're back with another live on Thursday. We got a INA update for you guys tomorrow. Rivals React on the Footy Network. Thursday we got the transfer one, and we've got a preview with Dazzling Dave from Always Wolves on Friday-ish. There's a crap load coming out, so make sure you got your notifications on. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you've hit the like button. Congratulations again to Talking Reds for hitting the big 1K. Remember us, small fry, please, Richard and Greg, and many congratulations to you guys. We will see you tomorrow on the INA update. Go enjoy our rivals losing. Well, I don't know. Fucking
draws all round.
Draws
all round.
Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.
Reds.